It says family and children make women happy, not a career. True or false? Let me start with the ladies here. What do y'all think about that?
True.
Why do you think that?
I think that when a woman becomes a mother or has that family, she feels whole. Chasing from what I've heard, those that have prioritized their career, once they're like 40, they're like, damn, I wish I would have had a child. I wish I would have sought and found a husband. So I think it's important for, well, I think for some, um, that grounds them.
Mm. Okay. That's good.
So for me, I lost my child in 2018. I had a C-section, and it's crazy because if you would have asked me prior, it would have been like career. But everything kind of changed when I had my very first ultrasound. Like everything kind of just stopped there. So
Condolences, by the way.
I think though, thank you. I think careers are more fulfilling, not happiness, if that makes sense. It's more of like it gives me purpose. Like my career gives me a purpose of doing something. But like my family, my siblings, my boyfriend, like that makes me happy. That's
Okay.
like what drives me. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What about you?
I feel like true and false because I'm on the fence because I want a family one day, and me personally, I'm speaking for myself, not for nobody else. I want a family, but I'm also like very like career driven. So it's like true and false because that fulfills me to like I stay up late focusing on my business. That drives me. But then also if I had a family, I would put 100% into that as well. So I can't
Is
say
it because
true
you
or
don't
false.
have the family
It's
yet?
because
that you
I don't have the
really...
family. If I had the family, I still would do both.
Right.
I don't see why men be in relationships and still put 100% into their careers and still love their family, right? Women can do the same thing. We know that both could do the same thing.
But who wants to know when the first of the month is? Like truthfully.
Yeah, but what I don't get that. What you mean?
Like I like not knowing when the first of the month is, meaning I like that my man takes
But
care of the bills.
what does that have to do with family or
Because I feel like
career?
I get a career to compete with others and put myself in a better position.
Well, it depends on what your career is. Like if your
That's a
career is
fact.
something that's your passion, like if you love what you do, then you're not thinking about I love what I do. I was not thinking like I'm gonna be a hairstylist like when I'm a young girl.
Would
I
you
was
do
just
my hair for
doing hair.
free?
Hell no. Hell no, not now, but I have friends that I willingly do my friends' hair for free because those my bitches. And I be wanting to experiment, you know what I mean? But if it's a stranger, hell no, I'm not doing that. But it's my passion. I will wake up and be like, I want to try something, Andy. Like, let's do this hairstyle.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's my passion, and I would do it any day. Like, I'm never gonna stop.
I respect it.
You know, but so I feel true and false. If I had a family, I would put 100%, but I would still, I love what I do. Like,
Right. So I think to me this question is important because on this show a lot of times we have women who are so career driven and obviously they don't want the marriage, they don't want the family dynamic for the most part. Is my career comes first. I want to be able to be strong and independent and not be able to need a man. And then like you said, when they do get older, that's when they start to value the family aspect more. But at that point it might be a little too late because you know what I mean. Now you're trying to pursue something that is going to be really hard for you at that age. Like, you know what I mean? So, Sterling, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think so. The idea of like being happy is something that people kind of get confused about today because we're all trying to be like happy all the time. Happiness is just a fleeting emotion. Happiness isn't fulfillment. Fulfillment and happiness are two very, very different things. I think when a woman becomes a mother, she becomes fulfilled in her life. And she ain't happy all the time.
Right.
The baby's crying, changing diapers,
Right.
baby got sick, she's panicking, rushing to the hospital. She ain't happy all the time. Same with running a business, by the way.
yeah.
You're stressed out, you got employees to pay, things are screwing up, like putting out fires all the place, but you're fulfilled in it. And I think that's a better measurement. Right? Rather than just like, does this thing make me happy? I could get a TikTok blow up, I'm happy for like 30 seconds.
Right.
Cool. Now what?
Right.
Like there's no long-term kind of future there, but having a kid, being a mother, I think for most women, that is very much where they get their greatest fulfillment in life.
Right. Do you, because we spoke about this before about, how the only people that benefits from being single and not having that family dynamic is ultimately the government, because obviously the more people that's in the workforce, the more people they get taxed, you know what I mean? Like, so do you feel like there's more of a narrative in today's society to push people to be single and not pursue that career? I mean, that family aspect?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a push to keep women in the workforce.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of incentives that break up the family unit. Like
incentives, like what you mean,
like
as
as
far
one
as,
example, like alimony,
right, okay,
right?
yeah,
Divorces going mostly in favor of women.
Section 8.
yeah.
Right, government
Like
assistance,
all this kind
social
of like,
assistance,
but think
yeah.
about it, like
Public assistance.
like you can literally plot this stuff on a graph. Like prior to that happening, divorce rates were minuscule
Right.
in America,
Yeah.
and then all this the welfare state kicks in, bam, divorces skyrocket.
Right.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but the black community in America had a lower divorce rate than the white community did
Right.
prior to the welfare.
It was
state.
also the most married in the country. I think,
Bingo,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then the welfare state kicks in, and that completely flips on its head.
Right, yeah.
It's
yeah.
backwards now. It's like,
Yeah.
but that's because incentives.
Right.
Incentives matter, man. Humans respond to incentives.
That's
Like
fair.
humans aren't these like we're not perfect machines, you know. Like everyone will do everything morally right and what's best for everyone else. We won't. We'll do what we're incentivized to do. Really,
That's a fact.
Mhm.
I want to interject because that's just like low income housing, right? Like if you apply and it's a man and a woman and they can have a kid together, but if they're not married, you're less likely to get the apartment. But if you're a single woman and you have a kid, you're gonna get the apartment right
Right.
away.
Definitely.
But if
Right.
you got your man in your life, they like, no,
Right.
you don't need it.
Right.
Low
See?
income what?
see,
Mhm.
it's the wrong incentive, man. It's
Oh, yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.